Welcome back to the RetroCult, where we are going to take a look today at Keymaster Comics, located inside of the Lost in Time antique store in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. The reason why I'm highlighting this in particular booth here instead of doing the whole place is this guy has so much stuff that it would take just days and days to go through this. I highly recommend coming here. Fantastic books, and he usually has pretty good prices on his comics, on his magazines, and everything else. I'm sure these are hot right now. Anything Fantastic Four probably selling very well. I like those. Always good to see a good Swamp Thing. I have to take a look at these House of Secrets and House of Mysteries for Mac Daddy for certain. I like this Thor. That's pretty amazing with Galactus. There's a nice Star Wars #2 in okay condition, not the best condition. First appearance of Chewie and Han Solo. I came in because I was very interested in these Tomb of Draculas. Over here on this cart, he has some amazing things that are always fun to look at and go through. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to get out of here today, but I'm going to pick up something at Keymaster's place. It's not all comics. Obviously, you can see there's some toys. He has lots of collector cards as well. This is not picking up great, but I'll be very honest with you. It's kind of hard to see when you're in here, too. That's one of my favorite cards from the Marvel set that came out. I like that a lot. He's got some pretty fantastic things down here in his case as well. I really would like to get that Uncle Jesse on the card. It's like he is $75. I feel like I've seen those prices pretty fair online. Look at all of these boxes of comics that you can come in and go through. And the prices are pretty fantastic. He's got this amazing rack of toys over here. Always some good things on there. Keep an eye out. Sometimes you can find some G.I. Joes on there too. Little box of cars over here. I'll probably have to dig through those just to see if everything's super cool. But again, make sure you come to Keymaster Comics here at the Lost in Time in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. What's going on, RetroCult? After a long day at work, I decided to stop by the local bookstore and an antique store just to see what I could come across. And we'll take a look at some of the things that I can find. First off, I came across this E.T. picture activity book where it challenges you to see if you can beat E.T. at some of his favorite games and puzzles. I did notice here someone had what looks like used to be a Roses sticker on there. Leave the tags on there. We don't mind those, especially if they're Toys R Us, Kmart, things that are closed and things from the past. Just leave the stickers on there. It's better than trying to get those off. I kind of hate that. Take a look inside. It is a mix of a coloring book and puzzles and games on the inside. That's very Smurf-like. As we go through this, you can tell some of this was done, and I do remember having this conversation the other day when Mac Daddy and I were out. It is kind of tough to find coloring books and activity books like this with the pages not drawn and colored on it. And I think those are going to get harder and harder to find as time goes on because, I mean, that's what they were meant for. So I'm not super upset when I find one, but it is very hard to find one that has all of the pages complete. The second thing I picked up at the bookstore was this fantastic Scholastic Home Alone. I am not 100% certain, but I certainly do feel like this was probably sitting on the shelf of a book fair at one time or another. If I can find Thad Louder, maybe they can tell us if they got this at the Scholastic Book Fair. It'd be cool to find a Scholastic Book Fair sticker somewhere in here. I'm not going to leave Home Alone stuff on the shelf, especially something like this. I think this is pretty fantastic to go back and take a look and get a little bit of an insight of one of the better Christmas movies that are out there. I really do enjoy the Home Alone movies during the holiday seasons. Now, we've talked about it before, and we'll mention it again. One of my favorite things is to find things for other people, and I picked this up from Mac Daddy. Space Monsters from Movies TVs by Seymour Simon. I got very excited when I first saw this book because it is extremely similar to the old Crestwood monster books that I checked out incessantly when I was in school. I'm very excited to give this to Mac Daddy. I think he's going to be very happy. Things like this are just right up his alley. I'm sure he'll get a good few minutes of sitting down and reading this to see what's going on. After I left the local bookstore, I hit up the antique store, Lost in Time Antique Mall. That is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina on Peters Creek Parkway. First thing I saw in the free bin was a Sectors comic book. It has obviously seen better days. This is going to go in the classroom library. You may have seen the Sectors in the nerd portion of Walmart lately. They re-released those action figures, and so I saw this and I thought, hey, for free I will definitely pick that up, and you know, maybe somebody else will catch the bug. Could not pass these up as the price on this was absolutely insane. Ghost Manor. This was an immediate pickup as soon as I saw this. I like the old Charlton comics. I know Mac Daddy likes them even more. We'll have to see what happens with this. He may end up with them. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I love all of the artwork in the older comics, and if I could, I would order everything on that page and have it sent to my house now, because I think that would be an amazing thing to see. And I may have to go and see if somebody out there has a collection of the old comic book offers somewhere out there on YouTube. Right in the same space, I found a second Ghostly Tale, sorry, and I thought this was another one. Yep, for the price it was, I'm going to pick this up without question. And the last thing that I found, double win for Mac Daddy today. He may have this, he may not. I kind of hope he doesn't. Anything with the Rocketeer on there always catches my eye because I know that is one of his favorite things. And if you've watched some of our last few videos, you'll realize that he had a comic book store that he called Rocket Comics, and it was based off of the Rocketeer. I think it said page 33. Yep, there we go. Look at that artwork in the middle there. Yeah, I'm super excited to give that over to him later on this weekend. Thanks a lot. Make sure you join the cult, like and subscribe. It helps the channel.